Hello and welcome to South Asia Today, a show that provides you the glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host, Shivangi Mishra. Let's begin with the headlines first. India's telecom sector redefines digital connectivity worldwide. Residents in Pakistan call for tougher measures as air pollution hits historic high. And Yokohama hosts Asia Smart City Conference to promote sustainable future. Let's begin the show. India's telecom sector is experiencing rapid growth, driven by expanding digital outreach in both urban and rural areas. Increased smartphone usage, affordable data plans, and initiatives like Digital India have boosted internet access, making India one of the world's largest telecom markets. This growth fuels innovation in 5G, digital services, and mobile payments, positioning the sector as a key driver of India's economic transformation.
India's digital and telecom sectors have been transformative growth, establishing the countries as a global leader in technology and innovation. The rapid expansion of digital infrastructure supported by progressive government policies has driven significant advancements in telecom. With 1.2 billion mobile users and over 950 million internet users, India is now a major force in global telecom, leading in real-time digital transactions, accounting for over 40% of world's total. At the 8th edition of India Mobile Congress, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted India's growing influence in shaping the global digital landscape.
भारत जहां 120 करोड़ यानी 1200 मिलियन मोबाइल फोन यूजर्स हैं, भारत जहां 95 करोड़ यानी 950 मिलियन इंटरनेट यूजर्स हैं, भारत जहां दुनिया का 40% से अधिक का रियल टाइम डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन होता है, भारत जिसने डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी को लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी का इफेक्टिव टूल बनाकर दिखाया है, वहां ग्लोबल टेलीकम्युनिकेशन के स्टैंडर्ड और फ्यूचर पर चर्चा ग्लोबल गुड का भी माध्यम बनेगी.
A key highlight of India's digital expansion is the dramatic reduction in data cost, with prices as low as 12 cents per GB driving mass adoption for digital services. Every Indian now consumes about 30 GB of data per month, reflecting widespread integration of digital technology. The government's Digital India vision, affordable devices, widespread connectivity, and accessible data has been pivotal. Initiatives like the JAM Trinity, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar, Mobile have revolutionized digital infrastructure, boosting financial inclusion and e-governance. The unified payments interface enabling billions of transactions exemplifies India's digital leadership, while last-mile connectivity supports emerging businesses.
In the earlier days, we had MNCs where they used to do software development, and those were the initial days where we even used to celebrate if we got, say for example, 384 kilobits per second data rate, such low. Now we are already looking forward or looking at 10 gigabits per second, and then what is the next possible higher data rates and so on. So what was just started as a industry or companies who are into legacy, managing the legacy technologies, now we are contributing into the mainstream development of latest technologies, the future technologies.
India's telecom industry has evolved rapidly, with one of its major achievements being the swift 5G rollout, among the fastest globally. Despite a later start, India has made significant strides, especially in improving rural connectivity. Traditionally undeserved areas are now prioritized, with 5G boosting access to education, healthcare, and digital services. Government initiatives like BharatNet alongside private sector partnerships, ensure rural regions benefit from the latest technology. The digital revolution has also empowered startups, enhancing their reach. As 5G progresses, India's work on 6G with contributions from indigenous companies, academia and startups positions the country as a global technology leader.
So, one thing is reachability. Startups need visibility, reachability. So, what struggles is the major struggle point or the pain area for a startup is how to reach customer. When you have an accessibility of 5G reaching the corner, that is what we look out for. So any startup or anyone who is looking or providing services, coming up with the new solutions, but we want people to know that we exist, and that existence will come through reachability.
6G रोल आउट में जो अभी यहाँ पे शुरू हुआ है, 6G क्या उससे पहले भी इंडस्ट्री एकेडेमिया कोलैबोरेशन, स्टार्टअप एकेडेमिया इंडस्ट्री सबको साथ लाके अब हम आइसोलेशन साइलोज में काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। जो प्रधानमंत्री का विजन है सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास, ये उसको लेकर के सबका विश्वास, तो हम सबको साथ लेके चल रहे हैं। एक आदमी का काम नहीं है कंट्री को बिल्ड करना या टेक्नोलॉजी बिल्ड करना।
India's digital and telecom expansion is a global success story in using technology to drive equitable development. With strong digital infrastructure, inclusive policies and a focus on innovation, India is poised to lead the next era of digital transformation. As 6G development progresses and India's role in global telecom standards grows, the country's future in the digital space looks brighter than ever.
Moving on to Pakistan's Lahore city, where residents are calling on authorities to take immediate action as air pollution levels reach an unprecedented historic high. The city topped global pollution rankings with an alarming AQI of 1900 across Pakistan. Hospitals report a sharp rise in admissions, particularly among children suffering from smog-related illnesses like respiratory issues, asthma and heart diseases. The surge has sparked urgent demands for stricter environmental regulations to protect public health. Lahore residents urged authorities to take tougher measures as air pollution levels in Pakistan's second largest city hit an unprecedented historic high. The city held the top spot on a real-time list of the world's most polluted cities this week after recording its highest ever pollution on November 2nd based on data released by the provincial government and Swiss group IQ Air.
इस वक्त हालात यहाँ पे ऐसे हैं कि स्मोक बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई हुई है। मौसम में आलूदगी इतनी ज़्यादा है कि हर शहरी जो है वो परेशान है। ठीक है, गले की खांसी हो गई, नज़ला हो गया, ज़ुकाम हो गया, इसकी वजह से हर बीमारी जो है ना इंसान की सेहत को नुकसान दे रही है। तो इस बारे में हुकूमत पंजाब को चाहिए कि कुछ बेहतर इक़दाम करें और शहरियों की ये जो बीमारियाँ इस मौसमी जो आ रही हैं शहरियों की ज़िंदगी में, इससे उनसे शहरियों को तो हफ़्फ़ अता फरमाएं।
In response, the authorities issued a host of emergency measures last week, including issuing work-from-home mandates and closing primary schools. Even so, residents complain the measures have fallen short and many people are suffering from health issues due to the thick blanket of smog which has enveloped the city.
बच्चे भी घर में को खांसी, को गला खराब, को कुछ है, तो इसी वजह से हर घर में एक नहीं, हर घर में कोई ना कोई टेंशन है। हमारे साथ ही घर है, कोई ना कोई खांसी कर रहा है, कोई बुखार है, को कुछ है। तो स्कूल के टाइम ही उन्होंने ना लेट किए थे कि चलो कुछ बेहतर हो जाएगा, 9 बजे या 9:30 बजे कोई बेहतरी आएगी, लेकिन वो कोई असर नहीं नजर आ रहे।
Hospitals in Lahore report a significant surge in admissions, predominantly among children due to smog-related illnesses such as respiratory problems, asthma and cardiovascular diseases. The toxic air poses severe health risks, particularly for children, elderly citizens, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions.
ਬੱਚਾ ਬਸ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਘਬਰਾਹਟ ਜਿਹੀ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦਾ ਮੌਸਮ ਚੱਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਸਮੋਗ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਬਸ ਉਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਚੱਕਰ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਣੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਮਸਲਾ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਨਸ਼ਾਅੱਲਾ ਅੱਲਾ ਬਿਹਤਰੀ ਕਰੇਗਾ.
Experts attribute the smog to a combination of factors, including industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, crop burning, and construction dust. The Pakistani government faces mounting pressure to address the perennial issue, which causes reduced visibility, economic losses, and long-term health consequences. Authorities have advised residents to wear masks and take precautions to minimize exposure. Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in a segment called Asia Watch.
Two Chinese nationals were shot at and injured this week in Pakistan's commercial hub of Karachi, police and hospital officials said, after a string of attacks that spurred Beijing to demand tougher security for its citizens. Faizan Ali, a senior superintendent of police, said two Chinese nationals had been shot but gave no further details. A spokesperson for Liaquat National Hospital in the southern port city said it was treating the two, one of whom was in serious condition. It was not immediately clear who was responsible or if militant violence was behind the attack, one of several that have prompted Beijing to urge Pakistan to roll out more stringent security measures for its citizens. Volunteers from different ages planted saplings across Iraq in campaigns aimed to fight climate change and global warming that have been the catalyst for desertification in the country. In Basra, a group of environmental hobbyists and volunteers keen to fight the effects of rising temperatures and urbanization came together under the Eternity Project. A volunteer with Eternity Project, Ali Mahana, said they started with 1,100 saplings already. Separately, the Iraqi Prime Minister and the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with other entities in the Iraqi government, launched various afforestation campaigns across Iraq. The United Nations puts Iraq among the 5 most vulnerable countries to climate change globally, citing water scarcity, drought, and extreme temperatures. Historically, Iraq, as part of the Fertile Crescent of the Mediterranean to the Gulf, is where farming developed more than 10,000 years ago. In recent years, Iraqi agriculture has suffered from a lack of rainfall linked to climate change, less water flowing through its two main rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates, and decades of conflict that have interfered with cultivation. With horse-mounted officers and water cannon, the Israeli police dispersed protesters in Tel Aviv after they blocked the highways and lit bonfires in the streets in protest after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's fired Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Protests broke in different cities like Nahariya, Haifa and Jerusalem, close to Netanyahu's residence. Citing a crisis of trust regarding the management of Israel's ongoing military operations, Netanyahu replaced Gallant with Israel Katz, previously the foreign minister, while Gideon Saar becomes foreign minister, Netanyahu's office said in a statement. Gallant and Netanyahu, both in the right-wing Likud party, have clashed for months over the objective of Israel's 13-month-old war in Gaza against Palestinian militant group Hamas. Netanyahu said that beyond differing operations, a crisis of trust gradually opened, and this crisis does not allow for the normal continuation of the management of the campaign.
Yokohama City hosted the Asia Smart City Conference in October, focusing on sustainable solutions and green societies. Over 20 sessions highlighted innovative technologies to foster new business opportunities across Asia. Meanwhile, JFE Engineering launched its first overseas waste management project in Malaysia, approved by the government in July 2024. A joint venture, JBAM, was formed with NASA Enviro Holdings, JNT Recycling Corporation and JFE Engineering Malaysia.
Yokohama City recently hosted the Asia Smart City Conference in October, bringing together experts and stakeholders to exchange insights and advance a sustainable green society. The conference featured over 20 sessions showcasing leading-edge technologies and solutions to create new business opportunities among Asian countries and other international participants.
今回はアジアスマートシティ会議というもので、主にフィリピンやインドネシアの方に多くお集まりいただいておりますが、この開催を機に TICAD9 またグリーンエキスポ2027の開催に向けて国際社会における横浜市のプレゼンス向上に貢献していきたいと考えております。
Themed Decarbonization of Cities, the conference welcomed participation from cities across Asia, government agencies, international organizations, and 50 private companies.
横浜市さんとかですね、日頃から密に連携をさせていただいて、アジアを中心としたインフラのついての課題ですね、これについて一緒に取り組んでいっている。アジアというのは引き続き、メインのですねマーケットとして捉えています。そういった意味ではこういった横浜市さんのアジアの都市に対する取り組みは引き続き協力をしていきたいと思っております。
Under the Sister Cities Agreement between Yokohama and Odessa, Ukraine, a Ukrainian institution also set up a booth at the event.
Example, from Yokohama to be a green city, to be a smart city. I'm excited how clean streets, how clean roads you have. That's why we want to be the same. Odessa wants to be too very clean and very clear air.
In preparation for the 2027 Green Expo, Yokohama City is organizing youth meetings to promote environmental awareness.
新しい横浜の観光要素を見つけていこうというところからスタートしてます。横浜のミートを使ったグリーンバーガーみたいなものを、今後ポップアップ含めて展開をしていって、それを世界に、2027を契機に発信していくといったところをできればと思っています。
Through active participation in Asia Smart City Conference and international fora and networks, we commit to contributing to a sustainable green future.
Yokohama City is leveraging events like the Asia Smart City Conference, TICAD, and the 2027 Green Expo to champion the development of smart cities worldwide. JFE Engineering, a prominent Japanese engineering firm, is specializing in waste-to-energy plants, oil and gas facilities, pipelines, bridges, and other infrastructure projects worldwide, has launched its first overseas waste management project in Malaysia. The project received Malaysian government approval in July 2024. A joint venture known as JNT Berjaya Alam Murni JBAM was formed by Malaysia's NASA Enviro Holdings, Japan's JNT Recycling Corporation, and JFE Engineering Malaysia. Together, they aim to develop and manage the Sustainable Scheduled Waste Treatment Center in Malaysia. The facility is designed to receive, treat, and dispose of clinical, toxic, and hazardous waste generated by medical facilities and various industries across the country. Through innovative heat recovery techniques from the incineration process, the project contributes to the circular economy. Recovered heat is used by an adjacent drying facility, enabling thermal recycling by reducing waste moisture content.
本施設は有害廃棄物や医療系廃棄物を処理する焼却炉です。J&D 環境でも採用されているヒルンストーカー式焼却炉であり、多種多様な幅広い廃棄物に対応可能で1日70トン、 年間2万トンの処理能力があります。
As Malaysia faces increasing challenges with industrial waste pollution, JFE Engineering's advanced technology ensures proper waste treatment in line with the stringent air emission standards.
NASA Enviro operates the 659-acre Bukit Taga Enviro Park, one of Malaysia's leading sanitary landfills and premier eco-parks. With a strong focus on environmental responsibility, NASA Enviro is poised to lead Malaysia's waste management sector. The operation of this facility would be a great benchmark of JFE Group's initiative to protect Malaysia's environment and encourage future collaboration between NASA Enviro and JFE Group in the future.
By leveraging JFE Group's advanced technology and international expertise, JBAM plans to expand further in international waste management initiatives, contributing to a more sustainable future.
Moving on, Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan faces a stark contradiction. Its natural beauty attracts tourists, but significant issues related to governance and autonomy remain unresolved. Recently, the government in POGB has initiated the construction of a toll plaza on the historic Karakoram highway. Socio-political activists in Gulmit in Hunza Valley united to halt the plans, demanding transparency from the authorities.
The National Highway Authority of Pakistan plans to construct a toll plaza over the iconic Karakoram highway in the Gulmit area of Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan to facilitate tax collection. However, this move has sparked significant opposition from locals and socio-political activists who are demanding clarity on the project's implications on their cultural heritage and economic well-being. Locals have deemed this as an attempt to tighten the NHA's grip on their land, and they responded by blocking the highway, effectively pausing the construction.
सुबह से हम लोग इधर कराकोरम हाईवे गुलमित पे खड़े हैं। हमारे साथ हमारे सियासी दोस्त और पॉलिटिकल सोशल एक्टिविस्ट भी है। तो बेसिकली हमें जो खबर मौसूल हुई सुबह वो ये कि NHA वाले गुलमित में कराकोरम हाईवे के ऊपर एक टोल प्लाजा बनाना चाहते हैं जहाँ से वो टैक्स कलेक्ट करेंगे।
Only a few months back, people of POGB revolted against the poor educational infrastructure as well as power outages. Local communities conveyed their dissent to the government by protesting and blocking roads. Now the people are opposing the toll plaza construction and demanding that authorities respond to their concerns, providing clear explanations for the reasons behind the project.
आप ये कहे कि लैंड रिफॉर्म एक्ट आया उसको रजिस्ट किया गया, फिर जो है ना ऑर्डर के तहत जीबी के ऊपर टैक्स इंपोज करने की कोशिश किया गया, जीबीएम्स ने जो है ना वो रजिस्ट किया और आज सुबह से हमने इस काम को रोका है। हमारा मुतालिबा ये है कि यहाँ के जो हमारे नुमाइंदा है वो आ जाए, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाले आ जाए, पहले हमें समझाए कि इस टोल प्लाजा को बनाने का मकसद क्या है। अब यहाँ पे जो मजदूर है उनके साथ को हम बेस नहीं कर सकते। हम जिम्मेदारान से यही तवक्कुल रखते हैं कि वो यहाँ पे आके मकामी लोगों को और यहाँ के जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंतज़ामिया के लोग हैं वो हमारे पास आएंगे, हमें बताएंगे कि इसका क्या एजेंडा है। उसके बाद फिर हम इसके ऊपर कोई निगोशिएशन फेज में दाखिल हो सकते हैं। वगरना इस तरह के हरकत को हम यहाँ पे भरपूर रजिस्ट करेंगे। फिलहाल हम पुरअमन तौर पर हमने मजदूरों को यहाँ पे रोका है और रिक्वेस्ट ये है कि वहाँ से कोई रिप्रेजेंटेशन आके हमारे साथ बात करे।
Social and political activists are urging the administration to share their plans regarding the toll plaza. Once they receive this information, they are open to negotiations.
बेसिकली हमारी पार्टी का जो मौक़िफ़ है ना, आप टैक्स लगा ही नहीं सकते जीबी के ऊपर। जीबी इटसेल्फ इज अ डिस्प्यूटेड टेरिटरी, ठीक है ना। आपने इससे पहले भी देखा होगा जो भी जिस तरीके से ये लोग यहाँ पे ऑक्यूपाई करने की कोशिश करते हैं हम रजिस्ट कर रहे हैं। हम ये नहीं बता सकते कि आप गुलमित में नहीं, आप नगर में लगाए या गिलगित में लगाए। ये मतलब ये हो गया कि हम उनको ऑप्शन दे रहे कि आप यहाँ एक्सप्लॉइट ना करें, दूसरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जाके एक्सप्लॉइट करें। गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के सरजमीन पे ये जहाँ भी आएंगे हम रजिस्ट करेंगे और ये गैर कानूनी अमल है, इसको हम अपने पार्टी के भी आपसे भी और एज ए हुंजाई भी हम इस चीज़ को रजिस्ट करेंगे।
The POGB government must heed to the concerns of its people. Now, as long-standing neglect can no longer be ignored, the people's determination echoes past victories, highlighting the importance of community voices in decision-making. The people of POGB insist that local voices must be heard before any development threatens their cultural heritage and livelihood.
Now it's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We'll be back next week at the same time. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.